sorry, but Mr. Tom is not here right now. Please leave a message.
Good morning. It is currently journal 3 week, I guess, in a way. But yeah, last week I went out and I bought a whiteboard so I could be kind of productive in a way. Because I use a bullet journal and I use Notions to like keep track of everything that I need to do for the week, my habits, all of that stuff. But I wasn't really sticking to it because I guess I didn't have it like visible every day. Like my bullet journal was always downstairs, or I just didn't feel like checking Notions. So I bought a whiteboard. So it's kind of like my bullet journal set up in a way, but more so physical and bigger. So I have like my weekly events. Can you even see that? So I have my weekly events where I just put down my little workouts for the week. So we have yoga and walk. Just certain days I want to do those. My daily habits right here. So I can just mark it off as I do it throughout the day. My weekly goals, and then right here we'll do my daily to-dos, so it just be like a brain dump in a way. So today so far I did my bed, I did my morning, and I've read. So I need to write down my to-do list for today. Oh, for my goals this week, I want to post 2 to 3 videos. I've been slacking with my uploads and I have so many videos that I haven't posted yet. They're even edited, so I want to do that. I want to finish 2 to 3 books. I am currently still reading Forgiving Levi and Lure of the Wilds. I plan on finishing that this week. Those 2 books this week, and then like hopefully another book or so. I want to complete 50% of my habits. I have been doing my habits, but I haven't really been tracking them. So that's why I just say 50%, because that way I know I have to at least track it. And then I want to review Spanish chapter 2 and 3. I've been slacking really bad on my Spanish. So this week I want to get back into it. So yeah, I'm going to make my to-do list and then go about my day.
So starting this week, I've been on this journey of trying to like lower my screen time in a way because on average on both of my devices, my phone and my iPad, I've been averaging around 5+ hours each on each device, and I was like that's too high and I need to lower it. But then also it's like I was thinking about my days and my weeks as a whole. And I was thinking how at the start of every week, I always have these plans on like completing certain goals. So, like for example, how I always say I want to read 2 to 3 books a week, average maybe. But then by the end of the week, it's like, okay, where has all my time gone? Why haven't I been able to finish at least 2 books? And then I look at my devices and my screen time is high, and I was like, I could replace those times with reading or doing whatever. But now that I have started doing that, so I started Sunday, today is Tuesday. I started doing that, and Sunday it was okay. I was able to like lower my screen time on my iPad and my phone. I think I had about, on my phone, I had 3 hours and 5 minutes. But yesterday, Monday, I guess that boredom kind of hit to where I spent 5 hours and 10 minutes on my phone, and then maybe an hour on my iPad because I was editing videos and learning my Spanish on my iPad. And today I have, it's only 1:45, but today I have 2 hours and 38 minutes. And I'm starting to realize that the boredom is starting to kick in a lot more than I thought it would. And now I just return my phone instead of reading, which I need to really fix. And that's why I started crocheting yesterday, because I needed to do something with my hands. But like overall, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have faith in myself that I'm going to be able to lower my screen time and spend my time doing stuff that I love and enjoy, like reading, crocheting, um, whatever stuff I could get into maybe. Spend my time watching movies and shows I've been saying I wanted to watch, but never, because I'm always on my devices. Like I deleted TikTok and Instagram off my iPad because I wanted to use my iPad more for like creative stuff instead of like social media stuff. So now everything is primarily on my phone. And if I'm tired of my phone, I can always just chuck it in the drawer or just let it die, I guess, in a way. But I'm not the only one, because I've seen a lot of people go on this journey of like not being dependent on technology as much as we are. And it's kind of nice knowing that other people feel this way about technology at this moment. Because yes, it is helpful. Everything is pretty much on your phone, but then it's like you become too reliant on it to the point that you can't really do anything for yourself in a way. Like I was watching this video yesterday of somebody talking about it and how that being so dependent on technology and all of this stuff is making us not dumb in a way, but it's not letting us learn and develop and stuff on our own. And how like being on your devices and like scrolling so much can make you lose your memories in a way. Because if you've asked me about like high school stuff, I can hardly tell you anything. Maybe high school, middle school, like I remember some stuff, but if you were to ask me like certain things about high school, I probably won't be able to tell you because I don't really remember anything. So yeah. I'm trying to learn my screen time and be more creative and let them boredom hits. And you should join me on this journey. But anyway, I started reading this new book Sunday after I finished Forgiving Levi. And it's called Spring Awakening, which is about our female main character. She is a PR. She started working PR for her local rugby team, and we have our male main character. He's a part of that rugby team. So it's a grumpy sunshine book in a way. I don't think it's like enemies to lovers because I don't see them as enemies. Mostly strangers to lovers, I guess. So far, I am very much enjoying it. Where is my Kindle? Oh, speaking about my Kindle, I saw this thing on TikTok a long time ago, not recently, that you could change your Kindle screen to landscape. So that's how I've been reading it, and I feel like I'm reading so much faster this way. But I am on chapter 15 of this book. But yeah, I love reading my Kindle like this, especially at night when I'm going to sleep. You just pop it up on a pillow in a way. But then my case, I could have it like this way, or I could use the stand that actually comes with it when I sleep. Yeah, really happy I found that tip out. I'm still reading Lore of the Wilds. I started reading that again yesterday. Another reason why I'm trying to stay off of screen so much. I was reading Lore of the Wilds, I think Sunday. And it's like I couldn't focus on the book and the words. And I think it's either because I stare at screens too much or my eyes stare. Either I stare at screens too much or my eyes are just hurting from staring at screens so much. But it was very hard to read on Sunday. But yeah, technology is getting crazy, especially with the whole AI stuff. And I do not like AI. And I keep seeing videos of people like, okay, you don't like AI and it's so helpful and stuff. But overall, I don't know. I know it's not good for the environment. And you can pretty much look it up. Like I saw this video of somebody in Georgia. They are somewhere in Georgia. They have this house and they've been living there for like a couple of years now. And some company, I forgot which one, they build a data center for AI and all of that stuff. But if you don't know what AI, you have it's like this big machine or whatever, and you have to keep it cool because otherwise it will overheat. And that is taking like the water resources from other places and using that to cool down those machines. So like in the video they was talking about how they don't have clean water, like all their water is turning brown. How the electricity there, like at the center, is so bright that in the house you don't really need light at night because how bright that facility is. And it's just not good for the environment. I know it's helpful and stuff in a way, but it's not good for our overall health and environment. So yeah, we don't like AI in this household and we try not to use it for the most part. But I feel like it's just everywhere to where it's kind of hard to avoid it, even though you try so much. But yeah, I'm about to sit here. I don't know what I'm about to get into. Probably read or finish crocheting. Oh, I never showed you what I'm crocheting. But I am finally creating that beanie for my mom I've been talking about for years. So yeah, we were using double crochets and single crochets, I think. Or I could just sit here and take a nap. finished reading Lore of the Wilds yesterday. And while I did enjoy the book, I don't think I'm going to jump right into the second one. I think I'm just going to let what happened marinate for a bit before continuing to Lore of the Tides. But overall, I did enjoy the book, but I kind of felt like the first book was just to build onto the world, and then the second one, hopefully we get a little bit more. Like, I felt like they were given enough stuff for the book, but then not a lot have happened, in my opinion. So I'll probably give it like 3 stars. It was good, but it wasn't bad. And I'm happy I learned that this book ends on a cliffhanger, and I haven't read it when it first came out, because I feel like if I was to read it when it first came out and I had to wait for the second one, I probably would have been a little upset. Not upset, but that plot twist at the end I didn't really like. So it's going to be interesting to see how that carries on into the second book. But yeah, finish that book. Going to pick my next physical book. I'm going to put this tab back in the jar, so if I pick the second one, then I'll read it. But if not, then I'll read it eventually. So it's in the jar. I'm pretty sure I shared how I pick my books. So we pull out 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first one is Rewitched. The second one, When I Think of You. Third, Truly Devious, interesting. Third, Witch Please. Fourth is Witch Please. Oh, this one had 2 in 1. Listen to Your Sister and The Secret Society of Tea and Treason. Out of those, I guess 5. When I think about Shields of Romance and Rewitched is a witchy book, I don't know. Why don't you know? Ooh, I guess so. The Queen has spoken, my mom. And she said I should read When I Think of You and save Rewitched for more of the fallish season. So that's what we are going to do. Gosh, I hate walking upstairs. I'm so out of breath. So I don't know if I explained the book that I'm currently reading, but I'm reading When I Think of You. And it's pretty much a second chance romance book. But our main character, Malia, she is a reception at this famous film studio. I don't know what it was called, but I know the initial is WAP, which is like kind of funny to me. But she works at the reception desk when really she wants to be producing movies and stuff like that. And then we have Danny. He is a nepo baby in a way. His dad is a very famous producer, and his mom is a teacher, I believe. But Danny and Kalia, they had a relationship in college about 7 years ago, and they meet at her current job where he is trying to not trying, I'm pretty sure he is getting his movie produced at that studio, at the WAP studio. But that is the first time meeting together or meeting back up after 7 years. And I'm really enjoying this book. Like, I'm loving it. It's making me laugh, giggle a whole lot, gasps in a way too. But my only complaint is that we are halfway through this book. I'm currently on chapter 22. And we still don't know the reason why they broke up in the first place. We just know that he kind of hurt her in a way, but we don't know what he did to end the relationship. And with me being in the middle of the book, it's kind of like, okay, they're in that process of like maybe getting back together, kind of getting back together. And I am enjoying it, like I said, but I still want to know what was the reason. And I know we're going to find out later in this book, but it's kind of holding me back because I do want to enjoy them falling back in love. But until I know the reason why they broke up, I can't fully be like, okay, go girl, this your second chance at love again with this guy. So yeah, while I am reading this book, that is on the back of my mind, and I don't want to look at him differently. I'm like, okay, say what did you do, until I find out what he did. But yeah. So I pretty much finished everything that I need to do for this week, which I'm honestly quite proud of myself. Like, I posted 2 videos already this week. I'm posting one tomorrow. I just feel like I've been really productive this week, and now all I want to do is just finish this 2 books that I'm currently in the middle of. So we're going to do that between today and tomorrow, hopefully. Because I want to start going into a new week, starting a new book, instead of like going into the week already reading a book, if that makes sense. So like how this week I started the week by reading Forgiven Levi and Lure of the Wilds, which I finished this week. But I want to finish a book within a week from Sunday to Saturday. And I also been thinking about, because a lot of videos like this keep showing up on my feeds on like YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But I really want to decrease my TBRs, or at least my physical TBR, because I have like a whole list on Kindle, which I am going to get to eventually, but I'm more so on my physical TBR list because like I am spending money on those books. So I wrote down a list of all the new releases I want to buy this year. I don't really have a lot. I only have 5 books on my list. The first one is The Late Night Witches, which is by the same author who wrote In the Company of Witches. This is her newest book. Then I want to get Love Arranged, which is the 3rd book to the Dream Lake Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. I want to get Blood Moon. I think the author name is Brittany Lewis. And that book is pretty much a vampire book, but they kind of compared it to as if Bonnie and Damon were in a relationship. And the fourth book I want to get is Holly, which is a novella in the Belladonna series. And I want to get, it's called Revolved, which is in that same series as Collide and Spiral. I don't know what that series is called, but it's the third book. And I still haven't read the other two. I don't see anything saying that it's a series, so I don't know if it's a series or if it's just, oh, it's called Off the Ice. Okay, so I need to write that down. But it could change, but those are the only new releases that I kind of have my eye out for. Oh, also, what is it called? The second book to this Ravenous Fate, however you pronounce it. It's called Our Vicious Descent, which comes out in October. But I want to start, before I buy the second book, or like the second or third book in a series, or I guess duology in a way, I want to read the first one. Because I do have that habit of buying like the first 3 books or so in a series without reading the first book, because then I'm like, okay, what if I don't like the first book? Why do I still have the second and third book? And that's another thing about trying to decrease my TBR, my physical TBR list, because I think I counted today and I roughly have about 110 and 112 books on it. And I really want to lower that. So I am being more conscious of the books I'm buying. And like, I think most of the books I bought this year are new releases. So I'm working on that, and also buying books that I know I'm going to enjoy and hopefully read. And not buying books that people are just recommending me, because those are kind of like popular books. And I want to get to the point of having a little TBR list where I could just go into the bookstore and just browse around without going to the store knowing what I'm going to buy. Because I haven't in a while just browsed and just picked up any book from the store that's like, okay, this one seems interesting. Oh, this book seems cute. Oh, this seems like it'll be a good thriller book or whatever like that. I always go into the bookstores knowing already what I'm going to get. And I feel like going without knowing is fun in a way. Because then you discover new books, unpopular, well, not really unpopular books, but like a lot of books people aren't talking about. So yeah, that's where I'm at. We're going to read today and tomorrow and pretty much chill for the most part.